Let me say this to you. Some people think that maybe Trump will move away from the right wing, or is it possible for him to do it? No. Trump is a mascot for white supremacy. That's what he is. It is really interesting to me to see him falling out with Fox News people and things like that, but it's irrelevant. Trump is a mascot for white supremacy. Now, when a mascot walks in the room at a party or gathering or event, nobody remembers what the mascot did unless they follow their face or something. But when that mascot walks in the room, well, they know that's the Checkers, that's the Hornets, that's the Panthers. That's why when Trump has these meetings and stuff, I'm referring to this My Pillow guy thing where he came out and said we had the best economy ever, and that we didn't have God in schools, and this and that and the other. Wait a minute. What has Trump done to bring God back to anywhere or bring God back into anything? All he does is talk about religion. Trump doesn't push anything. I don't think Trump believes in God. So basically, what you're saying is this: if I've got friends that are religious, and I come in and you see them around me, then that means I must be pushing Christianity, then, right? Does that make sense? If I'm a complete atheist, I'll never talk about God. I'll never go to church the rest of my life. And I've got somebody comes in there and they speak, I shake hands with them or whatever, and they administer. That means that somehow I'm pushing religion. No, Trump isn't pushing religion. Trump just had a couple people pray over him, which I don't even think he really, what, 2 kings? The guy's an idiot. Look, I'm not judging anybody for their religion or their lack of religious fervor. What I'm saying is, if you try to hide behind religion and you're not the real deal, I'm not going to respect you. Nobody should. But I know that Trump is a mascot for white supremacy. And that's why nobody can really step away from him now. Even like that dude, Mike Francesca, the guy in New York that was talking about Trump and the disconnect. Part of me thinks, this is just a conspiracy theory I have, people know this is going to wind up to be really bad. It's going to come out. Republican Party is going to be in trouble. And so people are jumping ship. We knew that was coming, but people are jumping ship with the coronavirus. That may be true. That may be it. We may be at that point now that people are jumping ship. I don't know. But I know that anybody that supported Trump, because he didn't just start doing this stuff. Well, if anybody that supported Trump to this point, I don't respect him. I don't. So just jump to a little bit. I had looked at something. It was a black lawyer that got arrested, and before he was like, "I'm not going to give you something that y'all don't have a lawful reason to take." Police arrested him under false arrest. Got out. He sued the hell out of him and won. Him and the girl that's with him won. And they said, "We'll drop the charges if you apologize." He's like, "Apologize?" That's what they do. And he didn't. And he won the case. That's how you know that they knew, like, this is probably unjust. Because him apologizing, it would make it hard for him to use that later on. The fact he didn't apologize and he won the case, he can say, that was unlawful. People are joking about, Mississippi and Alabama and all that. And I agree. One thing about being a black man in the South, and I'm starting to realize that more and more every day now, is that there's 2 different camps. There's the niggers and there's cave people. Not all white folks are cave people. Not all white folks are knuckle draggers. And not all black people are niggers. Not all black people are running around and having sex with every woman walking. Not all black men have served with the time in prison. Not all black men are out here robbing people and stealing people. And not all white people are out here spitting tobacco and just being rednecks. But when you live in the South, that's pretty much how you're identified as. Like, one thing about Indiana that surprised me, I wasn't treated like that. I never encountered it. I never saw that. Ever. I never encountered that. When I first went out there, I was like, whoa, you know, it was my first time, you know, realizing you could be country. You don't have to be a racist. You can be country, and you don't have to be riding around on donkeys. Like there's people in the country who use technology to do stuff. People in the country who are like, yeah, we're country, but we're using technology to better our lives. We're not living in the past. We just work on a farm. It's like I drive a truck. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I drive a truck. That's what I do for a living. For Tim. You got a lot of truck drivers out here that are rednecks and stuff like that. My thing is, that's why I talk about California all the time, I guess. Is it just I didn't feel like that. It was different. You know, it was, you're an individual. People talk about it being like anarchy and all that. I didn't sense that. I didn't feel like that. I feel like California is the place where you could be yourself. And in the South, it's very much black or white. It's like that here. And I don't want to just put it all on white people, because that's not fair. You have a lot of blacks that act like animals and act stupid and engage in stupid, reckless behaviors. That's a fact. I don't blame these cops for that. It's frustrating though, because when you're not that, they look at you weird. You're treated weird. That's why when my dad talk about getting land and stuff, it's like, I mean, that's, you know, like moving. One dude I knew was going to move to Denver, and I'm just like, dude, like, crackers are bad out there. When I used to deliver gas, like, they would come over there and stand by me when I was on the computer and watch me. I'd make a little joke and just stare at me. That's how it is in North Carolina. You know, but yeah, people like my dad, who, he knows things are going to get bad. He just bullshit. He'll lie. Like, my dad is really a liar. That's what he is. He'll be like I said, it's going to be looting. I know it's not. And I said, people will be looting for their families. Well, that's different. No, that's not. Whatever you're looting for is irrelevant. If you're out here breaking into businesses and you're looting, you're looting. It's like if they set up the quarantine order and say, hey, you shouldn't be out here, and you're out here, you're breaking the law. It doesn't matter what you're out, unless you're like emergency care or you got a job, you're breaking the law. You know, my dad is a liar. He thinks he wants to destroy the federal government, and he thinks that, you know, oh, we had white people under slavery years ago, and this and that and the other. That's why my dad talks about how this is a white killer. This is a disease killing white, because he wants to believe that it's some kind of. And I joke about that. I felt that way too, but I realize now that that's not true. This is going to kill a lot of black folks before it's over with. This is not. I don't even think it's so much the factors as much as it is people don't take this seriously. They fall victim to this. In fact, I forgot to spray my shoes with that damn bleach. I normally do that when I come in. I totally forgot. Well, I didn't go inside the Walmart. I'm going to clean it in a minute. You know, people don't take this serious. It's little things. You know, it's little things. They don't take it seriously. I think that that's the other side of the discussion. You have white folks that are crackers and rednecks and racist and stereotype black. You got black, like my dad, who he really believes that. My dad, like I was reading the Shaw Observer this morning, they was showing how a lot of people that are sick, and the majority are black. That's the majority. And my dad's like, well, that's lies. I'm like, wow. You know why? You know why he says that? Doesn't fit his narrative. And you got white folks in there too. I'm a dude that follows science. I follow the science. I don't care if it fits my narrative or not. I have to just deal with it. I follow the science of anything. My dad's like, well, Broward County. I don't live in Broward County. I don't live in Dade. I'm not calling them liars. Yes, you did. You called them liars. No, I didn't. I don't live down there. For one thing, those areas are different demographics than Sharp, very different. So I can't speak for Miami. I can't speak for Broward. I'm not trying to. You know, and I was telling him about how states are running out of masks, and he's like, no, they're not. All the hospitals down here have masks. I'm like, dude, I'm not talking about Florida. Like, I've said it before, I realized my dad, like, he's tribal. And what I mean, he's subjective. What I mean by that is, he's looking at the world from his backyard. The world is not your backyard. The world is not Florida. The world is not North Carolina, and I know that. The world is South Korea. The world is Russia. The world is not just here. The world is not just black or white. You know, I understand it, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say about it. I just say that magical thinking will not save you. Ignoring reality is not going to help you. And regardless of your race, you can still be touched by this. Peace.